Hey folks, welcome to my latest video. I'm going to talk about this warhorse here. Famed 59 Bassman. This one's been with me a long time, since the mid-90s. I was playing a gig somewhere in the bowels of Texas, and I was playing through my 50s Tweed Twin. And this kid comes up and says, "Hey man, that's a cool amp. When I was a kid, I had a Bassman. I wrote to Fender and they told me it was 1959. But then, like an idiot, I cut it in half and made a Marshall head out of the top. Geez, what an idiot I was as a kid." And I said, "Yeah, that's too bad. Whatever happened to the amp?" "Oh, I still have it." "Want to sell it?" "Sure. How much you want?" I said, "I don't know. I mean, how much will you give me?" "I don't know. 200? "Okay, let me go get it." He goes and gets it. I plug it into my 56 Bassman, and it destroyed it. After that, I was living in Texas at the time. I had Kendrick make me a cabinet, and it was okay, but I wasn't quite happy with it. Anyways, I tried various speakers, blah, 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 blah. And at some point, I went to California, and I was referred to Carrie Wright, who made this cabinet for me. And I didn't like his tweed coloring, so I had Lef Rogers recover it way back when. And so yeah, this is it. Now, when I was playing a gig, I came back from break, and my buddy Max Bangwell had 6 cigarettes burning on the cabinet. "What are you doing, Max?" "Oh, it looked too new to me." Okay. At first I was mad, but now I wear them with pride. Now, I do baby this amp. Some people like to beat the crap out of their amps to make it look relict. But what I have done is, at one point I had my good friend Bill Odell put all paper and oil caps in it. I hated it. That was back when paper and oil were a craze. I got it back and I hated it. It was way too much like a bass amp. So then I ripped them all out and I put orange drops in. All orange drops. Hated that. I put Fender blue caps in. Fantastic. I had yellows. Too leaky. I ended up with a mixture of different things. I had all black beauties in here at one point. I don't know what's in here now. It's been about 5 years since I've even looked at it. But what I want to do is put a mixture of blue and yellow Astrons that don't leak in there, leaning towards all blue Fender caps, which are, as I've tested them on my new Sencor capacitor analyzer, they are virtually leak-free. And so it's going to really titillate my sensibilities doing that. They're expensive, but I'm going to nickel and dime it. I have a few. Anyways, let's flip this baby around and take a look. Regarding the speakers, I've had an assortment of speakers in here. I don't like P15Qs. What I do like is a pair of, P10Qs. What I do like is a mixture of 2 P10Rs and 2 P10Qs. I think I have all Rs in here right now. And my buddy Chewy has my really beautiful teal green set that I gave him when we swapped amps. They're in my Super Reverb, which, by the way, makes a Super Reverb a way more manageable and beautiful amp. Looks like I got, well, anyways, I got some nice tubes in there. And this has been my kind of platform for experimenting. And so let's pull it apart and see. This is another little trick. I have a mic bag in here with spare parts, spare tubes, spare fuse, etc. Saved my ass a couple of times. Anyways, let's pop it open just for curiosity and see what's in there. All right, I've got good instincts. Right now it's got the very cool mustard caps my buddy Bill Odell gave me. And people are going to yell at me, don't change those. Yeah. But, you know, and I got the paper and oils and the phase inverter. I mean, I've really done some good work on this so far in the past. And this, so, you know, I'm just going to nickel and dime it. I got a couple of blue caps put in there. I'm going to put it as 0.002 right in there for the bright channel. That is a stuffed 25 at 25 or 25 at 50. You put the big 250 in there and it's way too flumpy for or blumpy, or yeah, it's flumpy for guitar. So yeah, so I got one blue cap in there already. I'm sure it's, so probably what I'm going to do right now is do the 022 there, or sorry, the 002, and I have another yellow, or sorry, a blue molded. I got a couple of blue molded. I'm going to start putting them over from right to left and see how it goes. Yep, I've done a lot of futzing around with this thing over the years. Yeah. So there it is. By the way, people are wondering, what's that? That's my adjustable bias. Yeah. It's set here in an idiot-proof or child-proof pot. All right. So, yeah. And give a look at the tubes. Looks like I got, I'm sure I got little small bottle 6L6s in there. And I think this is a Sylvania. I may dig around and get a mullered out. The other trick I do that I also copped from my pal Bill Odell is I put a 12AU7 there, which knocks it down quite a bit in a pleasant way, so you can actually turn this thing up and get a little hair on it. And yeah, these are all P10Rs in here. The top two are kind of rough looking, but the great Theo of Theo fame reconed these with Bill Odell's, or I think Bill has some vintage original cones that he that I got from him. And so not sure about these bottom ones, but they sure look cool, don't they? Oh yeah. All right, I'm taking her temperature right now. These tubes are a little mismatched. And a quick calculation, it's about 16 watts on this tube, and a little bit more, about 17 watts on the other tube. And so I'm going to switch rectum fryers right now and see what that does to the plate voltage. Now that's what I call a nice freak in the tube here. An Amperex Buggle Boy. Nice. And here's the date code, which I gotta look up. Alrighty, that should do it. Yeah, that Mullard bumped it up 4 volts, so now it's around 16.5 watts it's putting out. So now I'm going to look for some better matched power tubes here, just for giggles. Well, I got this pair of Sylvania STR 6L6s that are a really close match. They're both right close once they warm up to about 50, which is about 23 watts with that plate voltage. And yeah, so I'm going to go with that for now, because that's about as close as I'm going to get in today's political climate. So, all right, and I got my lab master, Ken King, is watching over my shoulder here, making sure that I do not screw this up. So, okay, this is good. All right, so nice. I got some nice Sprague Adams in there. And, you know, I'm looking at these, and it occurred to me that the only ground here is these screws to the chassis. And, you know, they're not the tightest thing, and this is not the cleanest connection here. I think I might run a bus wire. I might run a bus and a ground inside this thing and tack it down somewhere good in addition to the ground here. I don't know. Is that going to create a potential ground loop? I don't think so. I don't know. I got to consult with my higher power on that one. All right, so I ran 2 grounds. One from the first 2 to the power amp section, and then this from the last one I ran it to somewhere in the middle to the preamp section there inside through the doghouse. Alrighty, so my ESR on these is 1, which is well below the 20 at 500 volt range, which is somewhere here. So yeah, anywho, looking good. They all test around now. So I'm going to start by replacing this pyramid cap, which yeah, I don't know when I put that in, and I don't know how good they are. I'm gonna have to consult with my higher power, but anyways, I'm gonna replace that. That's a presence, that's on the presence control. I'm going to replace that with this cool blue cap. Oh yeah. Going for the blues here. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Next up is these cool phase inverter paper and oil, which I selected because they were so balanced and stable. And so, yeah, I'm going to put some blues in there. Are you ready for some blues? While I'm about it, I'm measuring these this pair of 220 resistors, and one is 230.5 and the other one is 232.8, so they're really, really close. I'm going to leave them alone. Alrighty. Well, I got a good deal on these on eBay. I got 10 of them. I only really needed one. But that's the wrong value. It's supposed to be 0.022. No, this is going to go in the treble channel because I blend channels with the Bassman. So we're going to have some variety here, because remember about variety being the spice of life, etc., etc., etc. Alrighty then. Moving along in my exercise in vanity. I know my buddy Bill thinks I'm crazy and that I should leave all these beautiful mustard caps in here. But I'm going to continue with my exercise in vanity in seeking more Fender-ish. Although these are fantastic caps here, I'm saving them for something more appropriate. This is probably going to sound good, but I'm seeking a really nice blue 0.022 at 400 volts for that position. This is the treble channel right here. Sorry, I can poke in here with this. Treble channel or bright channel. It's going to make it more bright. All right. Well, here's a cap that I found in my stash that's going to work very well in this one position here, because it's only about it's about 20 volts or something like that. This 200 cap will handle that just fine. All right, it's getting there. I have the last two coming. The last two blue ones. I'm gonna go right there. And I shudder to tell you how much I paid for those. And then the other thing, I'm going to measure this cap right here. I'm not sure about this, but these are notoriously drifty. Check that out. I'm going to replace the 470 ohm resistors there. They've been there a while, and they're too freaking big. I got to put some smaller ones there. So I'm going to do that too. Alrighty. True confession time. When I was young and stupid, I put these higher wattage 470 ohm resistors here. Screen resistors. They go, yeah, it's 1 watt. So why not put 3 watts or whatever this is? But I didn't realize at the time these also act as a fuse for when your tube goes cherry red. So yeah. Anywho, and I'm probably gonna, I was using these to measure the current for the bias, which I no longer do that way. So I'm going to pull all that out of there, put these nice Allen Bradleys back in there. All right. Anywho, the things you know. And when I do my bias, I don't turn the bias till the tube gets cherry red and then back it off a little, like some of the people online do. Anyways, the more you know. All right, give a lesson in nestling. Here we have some nice new 470 ohm 1 watt Allen Bradley. I'm going to leave the 1 ohms in there. They're not hurting anything. A memory of my childhood. Alrighty. Here's another forgotten or ignored fact about 59 Bassman. They used 5881s. Geez, it says it right on the freaking tube chart. And most people, of course, know, they learn this at their mother's knee, is that 5881s are 6L6 WGBs, which have a plate dissipation of 23 watts, not 30 watts. So a lot of people just go ahead and put 6L6s in there and crank the bias or the wattage up through the bias, of course, and they get 50 to 60 watts. And I've seen this myself. People with fingers in their ears getting guitar hero fatigue, which I have been guilty of myself. So I'd like to have a match set of these tongue saws. I only got 3 of them, but I do have these other 3 6L6 WGBs. So hopefully I can get a really nice strong match out of these 6. If not, I will hunt some up some kind of where. Looking at this transformer here, the power transformer, this is a probably a super 1964 Super Schumacher that was replaced by Fender. That's a CSA test. Fender stamped those. And the choke, it's kind of hard to read that number there. But this is the heart of this amp right here, this Triad 45249 output transformer. So yeah, it looks like the power transformer has been changed at some point way before I got it. Choke's probably real, original. I'll have to see if I can see those numbers in better light at some point. My heart is palpitating. And the suspense is killing me. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm ashamed to say how much I paid for these, but they're the final piece in my blue Ajax cap replacement of this 59 Bassman. Now that just titillates my sensibilities. Alright, oh yeah, titillate. Now, I have a theory. So I've had this thing since the 90s. And it's got some replaced pots. These first 3, these 2 are original. This one's probably replaced. I think that as a kid, and I was screwing around in here. I had crackly pots. Crackly pots. My theory is that it was just the yellow astrons in here making a racket, and I replaced the pots to no avail. Anyways, I'm going to go back and dig through my stash at some point and see if I can find those. Replace some of them back to original taper pots. Nothing wrong with these. They're just modern. Don't like them. All right, onward.